Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and we were done with the chapter of digestion in the previous class, and today we'll start with breathing and exchange of gases. That is the second chapter in human physiology. So we'll just finish the mechanism of until the mechanism of breathing. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need to know is why do we breathe? We take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. That's what we've always learned. But how does this process actually happen? And what are the different steps in this process is what we're going to learn in this chapter. And let's start with the respiratory organs present in various organisms. So, sponges and coelentrates. Sponges and coelentrates are the most basic animals. That is, they have cellular level of organization, cellular and tissue level. So, they just exchange gases by their skin surface by the process of simple diffusion. So yeah, diffusion followed by earthworms. Earthworms, their skin is covered by a thin cuticle, and this cuticle is moist in nature. So its moist cuticle is helping it for exchanging gases. Moist cuticle. Followed by insects. Insects have several tracheal tubes which exchange gases all throughout the body. So insects have tracheal tubes. Followed by mollusks and aquatic arthropods. They have gills. They are vascularized bags. Vascularized matlab they have a lot of vascular connections. Followed by terrestrial forms. Terrestrial forms are the ones which exist outside water and they have lungs. Fishes, as we all know, they have gills. Amphibians can either breathe through their lungs or they can use their moist skin. And again, reptiles, birds and mammals like us, we use our lungs. Now let's come to the anatomy of the human respiratory system. It starts with our nostrils just above our upper lip. Our nostril passes into the nasal chamber, and nasal chamber say it goes into pharynx. Now pharynx is this one structure that is common to both digestive system and respiratory system. And pharynx mein there is this structure that is epiglottis. Idhar hota hai. So epiglottis prevents food from entering the trachea, that is the respiratory tract. तो वो close हो जाता है. And epiglottis guards the glottis, that is the opening of the respiratory system. Glottis के बाद तुम्हारा आता है larynx. Larynx is also known as our voice box, and our sound is produced from larynx. It's a structure made up of cartilaginous tissue. Larynx say it continues to form trachea, also known as the windpipe. Windpipe has several cartilaginous rings, मतलब ऐसे C-shaped के rings. आगे की तरफ there are some rings and पीछे की तरफ it's open. So these rings help the trachea to not collapse because respiration जो process है it's based on pressure differences. So there is high chance that this entire system might collapse due to pressure differences. So these cartilaginous structures, C-shaped hyaline cartilaginous structures, they help trachea from not collapsing. Now this is the main trachea. It branches out idhar. So this is the lungs are present in the anterior part of our body, but पीछे की तरफ there is the vertebral column. So at this juncture of the fifth thoracic vertebra, so there are about 33 vertebrae, out of which the first 7 are cervical and the next 12 are thoracic. So the fifth thoracic vertebra pe, this trachea gets split up into two different branches known as bronchi. So these two bronchi again, they're known as primary bronchi. So when this primary bronchi enters the lung, it splits into two more secondary bronchi, and that secondary bronchi splits into even more the tertiary bronchi, and they terminate at this juncture, and this last bronchi is known as bronchiole. So this bronchiole will end at vascularized bags which almost look like grapefruits, known as alveoli. So alveoli are made up of a thin membrane, and that is the place where actual exchange of gases take place. And वो इसलिए होता है ताकि they can increase the surface area for gaseous exchange. Because if there is only lungs, like for example we learned about villi and digestive system, they increase surface area for absorption of food. Similarly, The alveoli, they have, when we have millions of small structures, they automatically increase the surface area for exchange of gases. And now let's talk about the lungs in general. So the lungs are covered by two membranes known as pleural membrane. Pleural membrane. And these two membrane के बीच में there is pleural fluid. They help in shock absorption and they keep the lungs intact. So this is it about, okay, also you can notice the heart which is almost towards the left lung, so that's why we say कि heart थोड़ा left होता है, but it's mostly towards the middle. So this is the structure, basic structure of the respiratory system in humans. Now the human respiratory system is divided into two parts. First one is the conducting part. So conducting part मतलब हमारे nostril से लेकर the terminal bronchi की end तक is known as the conducting part, and the second one is the respiratory or exchange part, that is only the alveolar wall. So conducting part का function है कि it brings the air, it gives a passage to the air to come till the alveoli, it humidifies the air, it brings air to the human body का temperature, it brings it to normal temperature, and it also removes the unnecessary particles and dust particles from the air we breathe in. So that is the function of conducting part. Now second thing is the respiratory part or exchange part. Exchange part mein the actual exchange of gases takes place, that is oxygen is given to the bloodstream and carbon dioxide is taken from the bloodstream. Now we'll talk about the entire structure of lungs, matlab how is it surrounded. So you know it's surrounded by the pleural membrane. Now lungs के आगे की तरफ you have a protective cover of the sternum. Sternum is the middle part of the rib cage through to which most of the ribs are attached to. And पीछे की तरफ, that is dorsally, it is guarded by the vertebral column. Laterally मतलब side की तरफ, it's guarded by the rib cage, and towards the bottom it has the diaphragm. Okay. So this is the thoracic chamber, and thoracic chamber में जो भी pressure या volume changes होंगे, the same will be reflected upon the lungs. So the mechanism of breathing is also completely based on this thing, कि there is changes in the volume of the thoracic chamber. So yeah, we'll learn about that. Now the mechanism of breathing. Mechanism of breathing मतलब there's simply two processes. One is inspiration and expiration. Inspiration में हम atmospheric air अंदर लेते हैं और expiration में हम alveolar air बाहर ले जाते हैं. And how does this occur now? So you know when there is a pressure difference, मतलब when the pressure, gases, they move from a region of higher pressure to lower pressure. So how this mechanism works is, our body has developed such a mechanism that the pressure inside our lungs can change by increasing or decreasing its volume. So you know the formula PV equals constant, na? You've learned it in chemistry. So when pressure increases, volume decreases, or when volume increases, pressure decreases. Similarly, हम क्या करते हैं कि our body has developed a mechanism to increase the volume of our lungs. So when the volume of our lungs increase, the pressure inside our lungs drops down. So when there is low pressure in the lungs with respect to the atmosphere, then air will obviously move from a region of higher pressure to lower pressure. So atmosphere से air अंदर lungs के अंदर आ जाता है. Similarly, when lungs decreases its volume, pressure increases और अंदर का air बाहर चला जाता है. Okay? So how lungs are able to achieve this increase in volume and decrease in volume are by the use of the diaphragms and intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles are external and internal intercostal muscles are present between the ribs, and they are also involved in the increase and decrease of volume of the thoracic chamber. So how this happens is, जब diaphragm, so let's just take a cross section of the lungs, मतलब side view हम देख रहे हैं, and this is the diaphragm, and suppose these are the intercostal muscles. Now you have to inspire air. You have to inspire air मतलब इधर pressure कम होना चाहिए. अगर इधर pressure कम होना चाहिए, इसका volume ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. So since the volume has to be more, the diaphragm contracts मतलब it goes down, and the intercostal muscles, they also contract, and that pushes the rib cage outside. So that's how this volume inside the lungs, it increases. And इसीलिए, just suppose these are nostrils, so इसीलिए the atmospheric air it enters the lungs. Similarly, expiration में क्या होता है कि the diaphragm it relaxes, so it automatically moves up, and intercostal muscles they also relax, so they move downwards ऐसे इस तरफ. So इधर का volume कम हो जाता है expiration में, and similarly pressure will increase, and that's why air moves from a region of higher pressure to lower pressure. तो expire होके carbon dioxide moves away. So this is the mechanism of breathing in animals. Sometimes we can cause more inspiration and more expiration by using some muscles in our stomach, and this is voluntary. Okay, they also help in increasing and decreasing the volume. Now let's come to, the breathing rate. The breathing rate in a normal human is 12 to 16 times per minute. 12 to 16 times. And there is this device known as spirometer, spirometer. So this spirometer is necessary for measuring the different kinds of volumes of air which are inhaled and exhaled. And we learn about the different kinds of volumes which are required in normal medical analysis in the next session. So for now, we're done for this session, and we're gonna have 2 more sessions of respiration. So I'll keep you guys posted. Please let your friends know about this channel, and thank you all for watching.